Glasgow Film Festival returns on February the 26th, with over 380 films screening at venues across the city until March the 8th. With that much choice on offer, it'd be easy to feel overwhelmed. But in this week's episode of Gouchard, I'm going to take you by the hand and lead you through all the festival highlights. Let's do this. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. My name's Alan and this is Gouchard, still the only channel on YouTube about movies. At the top of the video I promised you all the highlights from this year's GFF, and I will get to that, but first things first, I've got some housekeeping to take care of. If you truly are the film lover that you say you are, I want you to ring that bell and subscribe to the channel. You'll then receive a notification every time I upload a new video, which is usually every week. Now, much to my surprise, the Glasgow Film Festival has only been running since 2005. I say surprise because it's such a fixture in Glasgow's cultural calendar, and it feels like it has been around for much longer. The festivities are centred around the iconic Glasgow Film Theatre, or GFT, and that has been around for a very long time, since 1939. As the only art house cinema in the city, the GFT is an appropriate venue for a festival that encompasses so much of independent film from Scotland, the UK and everywhere else in the world. It's always good to hear what other people are planning on seeing, since there is so much variety. So if you are braving the main street of Glasgow for the festival, let me know in the comments. Here are my picks for the festival. I've chosen a selection of new films, old films, and I've also looked at the more unusual events taking place. If you want more information on any of these films, the programme is available online at the GFT website. The festival opens with the UK premiere of Proxima, a drama starring Eva Green about a mother juggling her responsibilities as a parent with her job as an astronaut. It closes with an adaptation of Caitlin Moran's novel How to Build a Girl, which I'm not going to say anything about. Between those two tentpoles, there's a dazzling array of new films from all corners of the world and in every genre. My particular taste runs to the more outre, so I'm intrigued by Butt Boy, which we're promised is a crime film of sorts. A detective pursues a suspect who may be involved in the disappearance of a child, but the thing is, the suspect loves putting stuff up his arse. Anything from game pieces to household gadgets to, well, I don't know what, I haven't seen it yet. But I really want to, because I've read it described as a cross between Michael Mann and Quentin Dupieux, and I want to find out how that works in practice. Butt Boy is in the much-loved Fright Fest strand of the festival, which focuses on horror films. When I went last year, one viewer was so overcome he actually had a vomiting fit in the screen. That should give you some idea of what to expect. Elsewhere in the festival lineup, I like the look of the 20th Century, a Canadian political biopic with a cool visual sensibility, the graphic novel adaptation Days of the Bagnalled Summer, directed by him out the In-Betweeners, and the Brazilian drama Invisible Life, with its echoes of classic Hollywood melodrama. These films probably won't get a major release in the UK outside the festivals, so it's worth checking them out while you have the chance. That goes double for About Endlessness, the latest from deadpan Swedish auteur Roy Andersson. The last Andersson film I saw, A Pigeon Sat on a Branch Reflecting on Existence, was at the GFT as well, and I nearly fell asleep watching it. That might not sound like a glowing review, but he's one of those directors who seems to work best when you're in a hypnagogic state, so be sure to keep yourself awake for at least a good 48 hours before watching. The festival's documentary strand, Are We There Yet?, is showing such topical fare as Children of Men, Logan's Run, and The Day the Earth Caught Fire. Best of all is Andrei Tarkovsky's Stalker, starring the absolute GOAT, Anatoly Solonitsyn. This year's festival is, in fact, a bumper one for Solonitsyn heads, because one of the other all-time great Soviet films, The Ascent, will be playing in the Women Make Films strand. Director Larissa Shepitko tragically died after completing the film, but it's an incredible final testament and probably one of the most intense film-going experiences of my life. But probably not quite as intense as Tammy and the T-Rex, playing in the Future Cult strand. I heard about this film first on Twitter, and frankly it seemed too much of an online thing to be real. But it is. The backstory is that director Stuart Raffel was approached by a businessman who had access to a cast-off T-Rex animatronic. In the film, it's implanted with a human brain, donated by the late Paul Walker, and it goes on to terrorise a bunch of high school kids, including Denise Richards. Tammy and the T-Rex was first released for family audiences in 1994, but years later Raffel restored several scenes of insane violence to the film, and that's the version showing at the festival. Tammy memes only in 2020 please, we're done with Jeff Goldblum. Immersive cinema is a boom industry, and the Glasgow Film Festival is getting in on the act this year with interactive stagings of 4 films at the Arches. For those of you who aren't Glasgow natives, the Arches used to be one of the best clubs in the city until it closed down in sad circumstances in 2015. So it's nice that it's being put to good use again, and it's also nice that one of the films selected, Tank Girl, pretty closely replicates A Quieter Night at the Club. Total Recall, Train to Busan and Wall-E are the other stagings. Final Destination is also going to be playing at a secret location that is definitely not my flat. That was sincere. I'm not trying to act mysterious, it's got nothing to do with me. Nothing, absolutely nothing. So there they are, those are my picks for the festival, but there's a whole lot of cool stuff going on between February the 26th and March the 8th, which I couldn't fit into this video. I could in fact do another video with a completely different selection of films. The only other thing I'm going to ask is that you comment below, let me know what you're excited for, and give me recommendations about what I should check out over the 2 weeks of the festival. Otherwise, I'll see you there.